All right, it's time to go on another run. All right, so it's February 17th, I believe. It's about 36 degrees. Feeling pretty good. Trying to beat the rain today. And just like the last video I did like this, I recorded it the previous day and it didn't quite come out how I wanted, so here I am again, re-recording, but I'd be running anyway, so it's no big deal. But I just wanted to do an update on life, I guess. So the big thing was I got COVID in December, and thankfully I didn't have it very severe. And I honestly wouldn't have even known if I hadn't gotten tested. So the most severe symptoms I had was just shortness of breath. Not even really shortness of breath. It was more of I couldn't breathe at my full, I could take like a full capacity breath, which at best was like a minor inconvenience. I wasn't really able to run or do anything because I didn't want to, risk spreading it. I had to quarantine in my own house from my wife, which wasn't fun, but we got through it. And that shortness of breath kind of thing, I'd say it's still persisted a little bit, but it's mostly subsided. I've had to reintroduce myself back into running because of that break. It was definitely not fun having to recover from that. It wasn't really a break. It was like a break that you got a lot worse at it. But I feel like I've mostly picked up where I left off from that. I didn't have any loss of smell, taste, not even coughing. I didn't cough, but every cough you get right now, you're kind of like, is this the one? Is this it? Is this the confirmation of COVID? And I think everybody's kind of feeling that, but none of that. My wife was tested twice and she didn't have it, but at the same time, like, I could have had it way before I came into contact with somebody. And that's the thing about the PCR test, that is very sensitive, and you can still test positive even after you've recovered for months. So it's good at diagnosing if something's there, and it's a good guide to just quarantine. But there's no way of knowing for sure when I had it exactly, other than constant testing, which isn't really reasonable for most people to pick the time to do that. Let's see. So I'm really grateful that I wasn't messed up from COVID, and I'm able to recover and be back at running. And a little ways I'm kind of thankful that I did have some light that I'm able to do things now with some immunity. A lot of that's unknown, but I have some at least temporary immunity. Because of that, I'm able to be a little bit more liberal in the things I go out and do. Still trying to be safe because of my wife. I don't want her to get infected, so we're still laying low. And the vaccines are getting rolled out now, which is good. It's mostly going to the at-risk elderly people.